Hello everyone and welcome back to Scholars. I'm Gaurav and we were discussing medieval history for a civil services examination. Let's start our today's lecture. In today's lecture, we learn about the Sur Empire or the empire which was established by Sher Shah Suri. Up till now, we have read that the Mughal Empire in India was established by Babur after defeating Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat in the year 1526. After this, Babur fought successive wars for another 3 or 4 years. After this, he was succeeded by Humayun, who was his son. Now, Humayun ruled in two phases. His first phase started in the year 1530 and ended in the year 1540 after the Battle of Kannauj, in which he was defeated by Sher Shah Suri, and the Sher Shah Suri established the Sur Empire, which ruled from 1540 up till 1555. After which Humayun again occupied this Delhi and re-established his empire. So let's start today's lecture and read about the Sur Empire. Sher Shah. The founder of this Sur dynasty was Sher Shah Suri. His original name was Farid. His father was Hassan Khan. He was a Jagirdar of Sasaram in Bihar. So basically, this Sur or this Sur dynasty started from a place called Sasaram in Bihar, where his father was a Jagirdar, whose father, this Hassan Khan, was the father of Farid. This Farid later came to be known as Sher Shah Suri. In initial days, he was known as Sher Khan. Initially, Farid served under the Afghan ruler of Bihar, who gave him the title of Sher Khan for his bravery. So basically, these are all Afghans. Again, this Farid or Sher Khan used to serve an Afghan ruler of Bihar. It is said that uh, Farid was given the title of Sher Khan after he killed a tiger. And that is why it is said that because of his bravery, he was awarded this title of Sher Khan. He very effectively managed the Jagir of his father and also acquired great military and administrative skills. These great military and administrative skills helped him in expanding his empire and becoming the ruler of Delhi. He defeated Sultan Mahmud Shah of Bengal. It was in the Battle of Surajgarh and emerged as the most powerful Afghan military commander in the eastern province. So we'll witness the rise of Sur Empire after he defeated Mahmud Shah, which was in this Bengal region. In this Bengal region, battle was fought, which is known as Battle of Surajgarh, and he defeated Mahmud Shah and emerged the most powerful ruler of Bengal at that time. He fought many battles with Mughal Emperor Humayun and adopted the title of Sher Khan after defeating Humayun in the Battle of Chausa. This Battle of Chausa was fought in the year 1539. After defeating Humayun, who was the emperor of Delhi at that time, he adopted the title of Sher Shah. He defeated Humayun again in the Battle of Kannauj and proclaimed himself as the Emperor of Hindustan at the age of 54. Now, another battle was fought. This battle was known as Battle of Kannauj and it is also known as Battle of Bilgam. In this, he defeated Humayun again in the year 1540 and established his rule. He proclaimed himself as the Emperor of Hindustan at the age of 54. Now let's talk about rest of his conquests. He defeated and conquered Malwa in 1542. This is the region of Malwa. It was occupied by him in 1542, which was followed by Chanderi. This is Chanderi somewhere above the Malwa. In Rajasthan, he led campaign against Marwar, Ranthambore, Nagaur, Ajmer, Jodhpur and Bikaner. So whole of this Rajasthan part was occupied by Sher Shah Suri, conquered by him. He defeated Maldev in the famous Battle of Samil. It was around Ajmer and this battle took place in the year 1544. He defeated rebellious Afghan in Bengal and by 1545 he established himself as the supreme ruler from Sindh and Punjab to hold Rajputana in west and West Bengal in the east. Now you can see this is the extent of his empire. He's occupying this region of Sindh, Punjab in the east, this Rajputana region in the Rajasthan and adjoining areas of Malwa up till Bengal in the east. This was the extent of the Sur Empire by the year 1545. So I hope points are clear up to here. Let's go through these once again. founder of the Sur dynasty was Sher Shah Suri. His original name was Farid. His father was Hasan Khan. He was a Jagirdar of Sasaram in Bihar. This was the base from where this Sur Empire originated. Initially, Farid served under the Afghan ruler of Bihar, who gave him the title of Sher Khan for his bravery. It is said that he killed a tiger, after which the ruler of Bihar gave him the title of Sher Khan. He effectively managed the Jagir of his father and acquired great military and administrative skills, which helped him in later phase of his life. He defeated Mahmud Shah of Bengal in the Battle of Surajgarh and emerged as the most powerful Afghan military commander in the eastern province. That is, in this whole eastern province, he was most powerful at that time. He fought many battles with Mughal Emperor Humayun. He adopted the title of Sher Shah after defeating Humayun in the Battle of Chausa, which was fought in the year 1539. He defeated Humayun again in the Battle of Kannauj or Battle of Belgaum and proclaimed himself as the Emperor of Hindustan at the age of 54. Again, he defeated and conquered Malwa in the year 1542, which was followed by Chanderi. In Rajasthan, he led campaign against Marwar, Ranthambore, Nagaur, Ajmer, Jodhpur and Bikaner, and so whole of this Rajputana region was occupied by him. He defeated Maldev in the famous Battle of Samel, which took place around Ajmer in the year 1544. He defeated rebellious Afghans in Bengal, and by 1545 he established himself as the supreme ruler from Sindh and Punjab, that is this region, to the whole Rajputana in the west, that is this Rajasthan region, and Bengal in the east. So I hope this is clear. Let's move forward. His last campaign was against Kalinjar, which was in Bundelkhand somewhere here, and in which he succeeded but died from an accidental explosion of gunpowder in the year 1545. So this was the extent of his empire in the year 1545, but soon after occupying this Kalinjar fort, he died in an accident in which this gunpowder exploded and he was standing nearby the cannon. Sher Shah, even though a pious Muslim, adopted a tolerant attitude towards other religion. He employed Hindu in important offices. So again, important point to note here that, like many other famous rulers, Sher Shah Suri was also tolerant towards other religion. So I hope this is clear. Let's move forward and talk about the architecture during the Sur Empire. He was also a patron of art and architecture and built a new city on the bank of river Yamuna near Delhi. He built Purana Killa. This Purana Killa is also known as Old Fort, and Sher Mandal, an octagonal building inside Purana Killa. Now, if you remember, we have read that the Sher Mandal was the library in which Humayun fell from staircase and tumbled out of life. That is, he died after falling from the staircase. This was also built by Sher Shah. His mausoleum is at Sasaram in Bihar, which was basically the base of the Sur Empire. That is from where they originated. It is considered as one of the masterpieces of Indian architecture. He built a new city, Behra, of modern day Pakistan in the year 1545, and inside the city built the historical Grand Sher Shah Suri Masjid. So now the question can be asked, where is this Grand Sher Shah Suri Masjid? So it is in Behra, which is in modern day Pakistan. You need to remember this. He was contemporary of Malik Muhammad Jazi. You must be aware of this name. Recently, in previous 1 or 2 years, he became very famous for his work Padmavat. This was Padmavat was completed during Sher Shah Suri's reign. The famous historian Abbas Khan Sarwani wrote Tahrik-e-Sher Shahi during his reign. These were the few literary works which are important, these works were contemporary to Sher Shah Suri. Now you need to remember this. Let's go through these works once again. He built Purana Killa, Old Fort, and an octagonal library inside this old fort was Sher Mandal. This was the library in which Humayun died. He also built a mausoleum at Sasaram. That is, his mausoleum is at Sasaram. This mausoleum is considered as the masterpiece of Indian architecture. He built a new city of Behra of modern day Pakistan in the year 1545, and inside the city he built a historical Grand Sher Shah Suri Masjid. Malik Muhammad Jaizi was his contemporary. He wrote Padmavat. Another famous historian was Abbas Khan Sarwani. He wrote Tariq-e-Sher Shahi during his reign. So I hope these points are clear to all of you. just learn them by heart. Let's move forward. Now, he was succeeded by his son Islam Shah. The original name of Islam Shah was Jalal Khan. Islam Shah had to face a number of conflicts with his brother Adil Khan and many Afghan rulers. So now we have already discussed that whenever we see a fall of any rulers, we will see a political instability because all those who are sitting there just to just in an or just seeking for an opportunity to take over the empire or the political instability provide them with the necessary opportunity to take over the empire, and that is why we see that after the fall of Babur, Humayun faced similar situation, and this is what Islam Shah had to face. That is, he faced conflict with his brothers and many Afghan nobles. He died in 1553, and the Afghan Empire was substantially weakened after this. So domains were partitioned amongst several relatives of Sher Shah. For instance, Punjab was taken by Sikandar Sur, who was later defeated by Humayun. That is, this region was occupied by Sikandar Sur, and Humayun occupied it. I hope these points are clear to all of you. Let's move forward and talk about the administration of Sur Empire. The empire was divided into 47 sarkars. That is, this whole region was divided into provinces. There was 47 in numbers and they were named sarkars. Chief Shikdar was the law and order officer, and Chief Munsif was responsible for dispensing judgment or justice. These were the two officers in charge of the administration in each sarkar. You can find these two officers in each sarkar. Who were they? Chief Shikdar, he was entrusted with the maintenance of law and order, and Chief Munsif, he was entrusted to dispense justice. Now, these sarkar, that is, these 47 provinces, were divided into several parganas. So, first is the whole nation, they were divided into 47 sarkars. These sarkars were divided into parganas. In parganas, Shikdar was a military officer, Amil was a land revenue officer, Fotedar was a treasurer, and Karkuns were accountants. They were in charge of the administration of each pargana. So, apart from who were the officers, the primary officers at Sarkars, they were Shikdar and Chief Munsif. At Parganas, that is a level lower, there were Shikdar, who was the military officer, Amil, who was a land revenue officer, Potedar, Karkun. These were the in charge of the administration at each Pargana. I hope this is clear. This hierarchy is clear to all of you. Below this Pargana, there was Moza. This was the lowest level of administration. Just like today, you have state, under state you have district, and districts are divided into this villages. So similarly, there were sarkars were divided into parganas into Moza. The government was highly centralized and consisted of several departments. The king was assisted by four important officers. So now four officers and sorry, ministers. Now we are talking about the central government, which was highly centralized. So the king was assisted by ministers. They were Diwan-e Wazirat. Who was he? He was the Wazir. He was in charge of revenue and finance. Diwan-e-Irz, he was in charge of the army. Diwan-e Rasalat, he was the foreign minister. And Diwan-e Insha, the minister of communications. You need to remember these names by heart. They can be asked in any of your examinations, and they can also be asked in the civil services preliminary examination as match the followings. So I hope this is clear to all of you. Let's take a quick recap. There were 47 sarkars. They were divided into parganas. Parganas were divided into mozas. At at the Sarkar level, we have Chief Shikdar and Chief Munsif. This Chief Shikdar was law and order officer. Chief Munsif was judge. At Parganas, we have Shikdar, who were military officers. Amil, he was the land revenue officer. Potedar was the treasurer, that is, they used to keep check on the treasuries. And Karkuns were the accountants. I hope these points are clear to all of you. The administration was centralized and king was assisted by four important ministers. They were Diwan-e-Wazirat, that is Wazir, who was in charge of revenue and finance. Diwan-e-Irz, he was in charge of army. And then there was Diwan-e-Rasalat, who was the foreign minister, and Diwan-e-Insha, who was the minister of communication. So let's move forward and talk about the land revenue and administration. The land revenue administration was very well organized, and the revenue officers called amils, while Kunangos were the official in charge of maintaining records. So we come across two officers now. We have read that Amil were the revenue officers who used to take care of land revenue and administration, while Kanungo were there. That is, these were the officer who maintained the revenue records. I hope this is clear to all of you. So this Kanungos, they used to work under Amils. He improved the land revenue system by adopting Zabte Har Saal. Now, as the name suggests, land assessment every year. That is, the land was assessed every year about how much this land is going to produce, and and upon the basis of this, that is how much they are going to produce, he classified all the cultivable land into three heads. That is good, middle, or bad. This classification was based upon the produce which this land used to have, or the yield. Amil used to oversee the measurement of land under the cultivation for determining the state's share. So they used to basically assess the land and estimate what this land is going to produce and what will be the share of the state in this produce. I hope this thing is clear to all of you up till here. State's share was one third of the average produce, and it was paid in cash or crops. So state share was very high. In the ancient history, we read that the state share was 1.4 to 1.6, but in medieval, it increased substantially to one third. Land was measured using secondary guz. This secondary guz was introduced by Sikandar Lodi. One secondary guz means 39 inches. I hope this is clear. Now, Sher Shah introduced two documents. One is Patta, that is the amount each peasant had to pay. This Patta was the record of, again, this record was of assessment and measurement, that how much the field is going to produce and what will be the state's share. Apart from that, the another document was Kubuliyat. It was basically an agreement between the state and peasants about how much they are going to pay as a tax to the king. This was done. This Kubuliyat was signed, or this agreement was brought in place so that the role of middlemen can be curbed and the corruption can be curbed in the administration. So I hope these points are clear to all of you. Let's move forward. Sher Shah also introduced new copper coins. These copper coins came to be known as dam, and it is interesting to note that they were in circulation till 1835. So I hope this point is clear to all of you. For from 1540 to around 1835, these copper coins were in circulation. These were dams. He was also the first ruler to introduce silver rupia. So he introduced the currency which was known as rupia. This one rupia, that is one silver rupia, was equal to 64 dams. That is the copper coins. One silver coin was equal to 64 copper coins. And gold coins were known as ashrafi or mohar. Rupia came to be used as the name for silver coin of standard weight of 178 grains, and similarly gold coin weighted 169 grains. See, this has nothing to do with the purity. You can see that the gold coin weight of gold coin was less than that of weight of silver coin. This rupia, one rupia had a standard weight which was standardized. That is, all the rupias will have a weight of 178 grains, and all the gold coin produced during the Sur Empire used to have weight of 169 grains. Sher Shah also improved the communication by building roads, and these roads were called as arteries of the empire. He laid four important highways. They were, first was from Sonargaon to Sindh. This Sindh is in Pakistan. The Sonargaon to Multan, which is in Pakistan, this road extended. He restored this old imperial road, the Grand Trunk Road by Ashoka. So this Grand Trunk Road was initially developed by Ashoka. He and also restored Uttarpad, which connected Tamralipti in Bengal to Purushpura in Peshawar. So this was the old Grand Trunk Road, very famous Grand Trunk Road built by Sher Shah Suri. He built another road from Agra to Burhanpur and Jodhpur to Chittor, and another from Lahore to Multan. That's why you see there are a number of roads connecting major centers, and that is why these roads were called arteries of the empire. I hope these points are clear to all of you. Let's go through them once again. The copper coins were dams, silver coins were rupia. One rupia, that is one silver coin, was equal to 64 copper coins. He standardized weight, that is, each rupia or the silver coin was equal to 178 grains, and each gold coin was equal to 169 grains. He built four major highways. First was from Sonargaon to Sindh. This is the old Grand Trunk Road. Another was from Agra to Burhanpur. Third was from Jodhpur to Chittor, and fourth was from Lahore to Multan, all connecting the important centers. So let's move forward. So apart from building highways, he also built sarais. These sarais were rest houses at a distance of two posts. What is this two posts? This means 8 kilometers on the highway for convenience of travelers. So there were highways and there were sarais on the highways. These sarai were the rest house and highways on every 8 kilometers. These sarai was fortified lodgings in or where the travelers could pass their nights and also keep their goods in safe custody. So the safety was provided to all the travelers and traders. Every sarai had several watchmen. They were under the control of Shahana. These Shahana was the custodian of each sarai. One of the foremost contribution of Sher Shah was re-establishment of law and order across the empire. Police was efficiently organized and crime was less during his regime. The lesser the crime, the more is the prosperity of the kingdom. I hope this is clear to all of you. The Sher Shah also introduced other reforms to promote the growth of trade and commerce. What are these reforms? Let's go through them. For instance, in his empire, goods paid custom duty only at two places. That is, first is the custom duty at border. That is, before entering this region, the custom duty was laid on the good, and another duty was paid second time at the time of sale. And no duty was laid before entering any of the city at the border gate of this city. Only before entering the whole empire occupied by Sur, this custom duty was laid. And second was at the time of sale. I hope these points are clear to all of you. So let's move forward and talk about the military administration. The military administration was also efficiently reorganized by Sher Shah. He revived Alauddin's Chehra and Dagh system. He personally supervised the recruitment of soldiers and paid them directly. That is, the soldiers were paid directly by the central government. He placed a considerable emphasis on justice and considered justice to be the most excellent of religious rights. So he attached his justice with religion, and that is why it became important for him. He did not spare oppressor, whether they were high nobles or men of his own tribe or near relatives. So you can see he was uh, very just in his behavior. In fact, his son Islam Shah took a big step towards dispensation of justice as he codified laws. So apart from this, Islam Shah took a step ahead. He codified all the laws, just like we have a codified document about what needs to be done. That is, we have criminal, civil, all the documents. This was done in the medieval times by Islam Shah for dispensation of justice. So I hope up till now everything is clear to all of you. Now let's just summarize what we have studied. The founder of Sur dynasty was Sher Shah Suri. His original name was Farid. His father was Hassan Khan. He was the Jagirdar of Sasaram in Bihar, that is eastern India. He defeated Sultan Mahmud Shah of Bengal in the Battle of Surajgarh and emerged as the most powerful Afghan military commander in the eastern province. He fought many battles with Mughal Emperor Humayun and adopted the title of Sher Shah after defeating Humayun in the Battle of Chausa. This took place in the year 1539. He became the Emperor of India at the age of 54 after defeating Humayun in the Battle of Kannauj. This Battle of Kannauj or Battle of Belgaum took place in the year 1540. He defeated Maldev in famous Battle of Samail. This took place around Ajmer in the year 1544. He defeated rebellious Afghan in Bengal by 1545. In his last campaign, it was against the Kalinjar, which is in Bundelkhand, in which he succeeded, but he died from an accidental explosion of gunpowder in 1545. So he was standing beside the cannon which blew, and he died. He was also a patron of art and architecture. He built Purana Kila, that is old fort, and Sher Mandal, which was an octagonal building inside the Purana Kila complex. This Sher Mandal served as the library of Humayun. His mausoleum is at Sasaram, which is in Bihar. He built a city, Bara, in the modern day Pakistan. This Malik Muhammad Jaizi was his contemporary. He wrote the book Padmavat. Now, this Malik Muhammad Jaizi was also contemporary of Humayun. Abbas Khan Sarwani wrote Tahrik-e-Sher Shahi during his reign. This is very important. Abbas Khan Sarwani, what he wrote was Tahrik-e-Sher Shahi. He was succeeded by his son Islam Shah. His original name was Jalal Khan. His empire was divided into 47 sarkars. These sarkars were in turn divided into farganas. The chief Shikdar was the law and order officer and chief Munsif was the judge. These were the official of sarkar. Mauza was the lowest level of administration, that is, it was villages. I hope this is clear. Revenue administration was very well organized and the revenue officers were called Amils, while Konungo were the officials in charge of maintaining revenue records. Land was assessed every year. This is very important. Land was assessed every year during the Sher Shah Suri's rule and was divided into three heads: good, middle, and bad. It was divided on the basis of produce. That is how much they are producing. The land was measured by Sikandari Gaz. This was introduced by Sikandar Lodi but was still in practice. One Sikandari Gaz was equal to 39 inch. Sher Shah introduced two documents. One was Patta. This Patta used to have assessment of the field, that is how much it is going to produce and how much was the share of state. Apart from that, there was Kubuliyat, which was the agreement between the peasant and the king, basically, or the state at that time. This Kubuliyat was brought in place so as to reduce the role of middlemen and curb corruption. Sher Shah also introduced new copper coins. These were known as dams. He was the first to introduce silver rupia. This 1 rupia, silver rupia, was equal to 64 dams, which were the copper coins. He also improved the communication by building roads. Police was efficiently reorganized and the crime was less during his regime, which shows the prosperity of his regime or his empire. Sher Shah also introduced other reforms to promote growth of trade and commerce. For instance, in his entire empire, goods paid custom duty at two places. First was the custom duty at border and second was the duty paid at second time or the sale. That is, twice the duty was laid. First was when the goods were supposed to enter into the empire, at the border of the empire, this custom duty was laid, and second was when they were sold, that is sales tax. Apart from this, roaming around with goods or entering into the city was free of cost at that time. I hope this is clear to all of you. For more such videos, log on to Scholars. Thank you.